Welcome to Cloud Training for Enthusiasts. I'm your pilot again, Osatoame Patrick Aigbogun. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Welcome to Cloud Training for Enthusiasts. My name is Osatoame Patrick Aigbogun, and today is another great opportunity to share knowledge. And apart from a great opportunity to share knowledge, it's also going to be one of the most interesting class because people have talked about cloud. Yes, I've done a module that talks about 100% cloud, what it's all about. And I made a 20 module. And with that 20 module, we can get ourselves started. But why are we still doing it after we have a class already? Well, you know, the more we grow, the more we know more about cloud. And the more you know more about it, the more simple it becomes. You understand? So today we are just going to talk about the simplicity of cloud. The simplicity of cloud. Why cloud? What is the essence of cloud? So to help us in succeeding in that explanation, I will just share. I want us to touch base to where we were and how we started. You know, sometimes when you are moving so fast and you don't know where you are, you may look as if you're just lost in between. So can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So when we started this lab last, going to a month now, we talked about where we are going to cover and what is going to be entails, or everything that is going to entail. So I'm just going to touch base so that we know why we are here and the essence of this. It will help us. It will help us to know more. You understand? So okay. In our first class, we talked about, we mentioned that our lab is going to focus on DevOps. So if we are training cloud in terms of DevOps, we're training our clouds in terms of SROE or cloud engineering, it's a different mechanism. They all look alike. They all look intertwined, but there's an expectation. When you say you are a DevOps engineer, there's something you are expected to do. When you say you are a cloud engineer, there's something you are expected to do. When you say a cloud administration, there's something you are expected to do. Those things you are expected to do, they are called JDs, like job description. But today, this lab is basically focused on DevOps. So I'm going to be talking about cloud engineering, cloud in relation to DevOps, not generally. So we're just going to touch base. Now, can you hear me now? Okay. So far we've I've already introduced myself, so I'm Patrick Aigbogun, then DevOps and development, and we have already explained this. In our last lab so far, we have been talking about development. Another development, we talk about continuous development, which is planning and coding. We talk about coding, planning and coding software. Then we talked about continuous integration, talking about PRO, Mange and everything. This is the reason why we went to learn about Bash and Git and VSC code, because with Bash and Git, we'll be able to do this development successfully. Then quality assurance, we're going to come back to this place. But for now, this is where we are. We are going to be talking about infrastructure, quality assurance and scanning of code. We'll be doing this when we are doing our POC. You understand me? We'll validate what we have done. We want to do this and how to automate testing. We call it continuous testing. We'll talk about that. But now, for us to have more DevOps understanding, so I'm going to be talking about the tools we need. Now, today's class, we're going to be talking about continuous development and deployment. So the tools that will enable us to do our continuous development is infrastructure. So this infrastructure is what is making us to talk about Git. It's what's going to make us to talk about AWS. So the AWS we are focusing on today is because we want to know like this Docker, pods, Kubernetes, availability, scalability, all these words, they are all infrastructure language. Understand? So we're going to be using one of the infrastructure. What is an infrastructure? Infrastructure is a place, is a place or a room or a facility that is already set aside to perform a certain role. You understand me? So when you say an IT infrastructure, you're talking about a room or a house that they have put all the things you need for the IT team to function. And those rooms, you can either call them a server room. Some companies, they have it, they call it server room. Meaning every server they need, the networking, everything they need to work is in that server room. Then if you have a big server room that even people that does not work in that company comes to put things there, you can call that a data center. It contains servers, storage, network, you understand? Everything it needs for the IT team to function. Now, that server room, now some companies have come together and say, okay, sort of everybody having their server room and having a big place where you put your equipment. Let us have this equipment and start selling it to people to use. You understand me? So that is, those server room is called cloud because you connect to it through the internet, whether either a private internet or public internet. But now there's a company, many companies that sprang up. They have this server room in a very, very big place, location, sizes. So for company now, instead of you to be building your server room, getting your server, getting your network, you just subscribe to them and start using those servers, those services. And that kind of company is called public cloud provider. Why is it called public cloud? Is because they have a cloud infrastructure that they are giving to everybody publicly to access. So that one example of that public cloud is what we are going to be talking about today. And that example is called AWS. And AWS is one of the public cloud. What do I mean? AWS is not that the only cloud, but why is it that AWS is so rampant? Why is it is winning award every year? Last year, they won out the award of the best public cloud provider. They have been winning it for the past 6 to 7 years now, back to back. But that one will be a discussion for another day. But we'll not be talking about why. But one thing for me, what I would take home is that their user interface is very easy and it's very good to onboard because they have 1 year free. So if you say 1 year free, means that you can go to the cloud and start playing with some resources free of charge for 1 year, compared to other cloud infrastructure that we provide for you for 3 months or sometimes 1 month. You know, when you pay so much in trying to learn something, it becomes so difficult for you. So I think for me, that's what I would take home. But I don't know why, but they are the major player. And we have Google Cloud, we have Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, we have IBM, we have Alibaba Cloud, and etc. Please just. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the little break. AWS is the major player, and we have so many. When I started my cloud journey, I happened to walk around the whole cloud infrastructure. I started with AWS. Now I also went into Alibaba. They all have the same thing. They offer the same services, just that they have their own peculiarity. They have their strengths and their weaknesses. So what do a public cloud provide? Public cloud provides basically 4 resources, 4. But all these 4 resources, they are broad, you understand? But I can merge it to become 4. When they provide IT infrastructure, what I mean by IT infrastructure, like the network, the storage, the server, you understand? And everything it takes for you to run an application. Two, they provide APIs. What is an API? API means application program interface. They already have a program. They already have a software that they have already run that is successful. You understand me? And those applications that is already successful, what they do, they'll just put it somewhere so you can use it, you can consume it. Meaning if you have an application that is already running, you can just add that features. For example, let me give an example now. Well, can you just mention one application for me? Okay, let's say VLC. Many of us have used VLC code, Abby. Many of us have used a VLC player. Abby, you know what is a VLC player now? Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. A VLC player, you just use it to watch movies. So there are some features in VLC player that you just plug and play. For example, if you want to record the screen, you know, we have it in VLC player. If you want to watch some videos you want to watch, you will not be able to watch it successfully. You understand me? Because you need some video encoder. You understand? You need to install those encoder for your VLC to work. So those encoder that you install for your VLC to work, they are APIs, meaning they are programs that allow you to watch those videos. But those videos can only work when you have those applications in your VLC. So those applications is called APIs, meaning there's an application somebody have already built. All you just need to do is to bring your own application, are you getting me, and start connecting to those applications so that your application can have more features. You understand? Those applications that's already built is their core application programs. You understand me? But they already have an interface that you just had to connect. Maybe you use their keys, connect using their keys, their REST keys. You understand me? And authenticate that you are the really person coming to use it. So that's what public cloud also provide. They provide so many applications that are already running their services. So all you just need to do is to just come and start using it. They also provide some security. Apart from network, they provide some security features. You understand that even if you are not using the AWS 100%, you can be using another cloud infrastructure and embedding into AWS because they have security processes. And they also provide automation, meaning services things that you do every day, every time, developers doing every time. Instead of you to be doing it every time, you can just set up a system that can be doing it for you. Those are automations. Those are the things we are going to be talking about. So IAS, PAS, SAS, they are very broad. And if we are to cover the scope, these 3 months will not be enough, but I will just explain to you. What AWS is telling us is that everything about the data center, how to maintain the data center, their server in that data center, how to connect to that data center, how to secure that data center is not your concern. You understand me? They are giving you the whole infrastructure to use. But how to secure it physically is not your concern. How to connect those networking is not your concern. So they are just, it's like somebody is giving you a house. You see, how this house is maintained, don't bother about it. You just need to do, just come and stay. That will call it hotel, Abby. That is hotel now. So when you go to hotel to lodge, you know those things, how to even dress the bed, you're not supposed to make your bed for you, you know. The cleaning up, everything is done by the hotel managers. All you just need to do, bring your bag and stay, and bring your babe or your woman, do your services you want to do, amen, then, and leave. Don't scatter it. But how it's being maintained, the security, some hotel will say, don't worry, including your car that you are bringing in is secure. We secure your car. That kind of hotel is called motel. You understand me? And there are also some companies, hotel will tell you, don't worry, if you want a short quarter, maybe you have, don't worry, don't bring any girl, don't bring any man. We have men, we have women that will serve, make you okay. They are called out brotel. You understand? So there are so many hotel services, just like the way we also have class services. But in cloud, AWS is saying, don't worry, anything you need for your infrastructure, for your application to be up, we have it for you. Connect to it through a website, through our website. That's why it's called Amazon Web Services. We have a website for you. Just connect to it. Anything you want, how the data center is secured, or how you are going to connect to it, or don't worry about it. So that kind of services is called infrastructure as a service. But there are some services that will say, okay, don't worry, apart from infrastructure we're providing for you, what application do you want to build? For example, you say, okay, I have a developers, they are very good, they can use WordPress very well, but I don't want to think about how to set up WordPress. You understand me? I don't want to think about how to set up those applications. But okay, don't worry. AWS will tell you, don't worry, we will set up the application for you. But tell your developers to be ready. Are you getting me? So that they can use the application we have designed to succeed. Understand me? Those kind of services is called platform as a service, meaning they will set up the server, connect your networking, do everything for you, and making sure that they are scalable. Then, so that whenever you want to use, you just bring your developers, you just give them your stuff, your credentials, and they start using it. Those kind of services called platform as a service. They only provide a platform for you. But the other layer, which says, okay, don't worry, which application do you want to use? For example, now we are using Zoom now. AWS have their own Zoom. I think what's called the name of their Zoom itself. They have their own Zoom. I remember now. Oh, okay, they have their own Zoom. They have their own Zoom, their own application that you can use to do this video call that we are doing. Are you getting me? I forgot the now, but all you just need to do is just to run the application and use. Let me also give another platform as a service that they also software as a service that they also have. Maybe you see their SNS. SNS is like a platform as a service, also like a software as a service. For example, you have an application, and that application, you want the application to be sending message, to be sending alerts. Are you getting me? So to be sending alerts, for example, anybody that visits the site, you want to get an SMS. You want to broadcast message to all of them. You understand? You just want to just use the application. So they have a service called short email service. Understand me? Elasticsearch email service, which is SES, and they have so many services like SQS and SNS. All you just need to do is just go there and just connect and create a broadcast and connect to your network. It's also like a platform as a service, but you can also have a software as a service. So they have so many applications that's out there. You understand me? I think they just launched their geoinformatics, meaning if you want to know where somebody is, you just use that. There are so many applications they have that is already out there. All you just need to do is for you to just use it. So how the software is designed, you are not interested. What kind of server that software is sitting on, it's not your concern. They are just telling you, we are in charge. All you just need to do, you just use the application. And that kind of service is called software as a service. But the software service that you just call, you say, okay, do you have a developer, like the WordPress services? They have a WordPress too. They just set up their server for you and launch the WordPress for you. All you just need to do, you just call your developers. They use your WordPress to design a website, send any e-commerce thing, and people start using. That's platform and service. But the other service is like, don't worry. All I just want is provide me the server, provide me the network. I am going to do my services myself. I'm going to design my services myself. You understand me? I know how to set up my server. That kind of service is called infrastructure service. They're only providing the infrastructure for you. They're providing their network, they're providing their server, they're providing their storage for you and everything. All you just need to do is to just come there and gather your instrument that you want to do and use. So if you talk about cost, some IaaS is very cheap. It's more affordable if you are running a long-term application. The application that is going to run for like years. You understand me? Months, years. You are supposed to use a software as a service. But if you have an application that you just want to develop and use for a while, you understand me? And they are not much, maybe you can shut it down, or maybe you lack the resources, you lack the talent. Is people that want to set up the infrastructure for you. So AWS can just set it up for you and you use the platform as service. But there are sometimes you don't need anything, you just need to be using the application sometimes, not like every time. You understand me? You're not interested in getting your developers, getting anything. You just want software that's available that you just pull and start using. So you can use software as a service. So these are the things. So maybe you have some developers, you already designed an application, you are bringing it to cloud. You want your application to have so many features, you just use some of their APIs. These are the things we are going to be talking about in our AWS. So you can see, I'm not saying talking it from the complete infrastructure angle. I'm saying talking it from the DevOps angle. So as a DevOps engineer, what are you supposed to do? Fine, IAM is part of your skill set. You're supposed to understand how to manage your own. But what's an IAM? What is cloud? What is an IAM? IAM is just like, okay, AWS have already given you an access. So okay, Julius or Evosa, this is your access. So, but you need to manage who we use those assets. You understand me? You need to manage how will they use it? You understand me? Who is to use it? Who is to manage it? You understand? Who is to have access? Who is not to have access? Those process of giving people access, other people that are going to use your infrastructure. That aspect is called IAM, Identity and Access Management System. So those are the aspects of IAM which you must know as a DevOps engineer, because I'm going to talk about, I'm going to rush to do so many things. But I'm just giving you a summary because there's a module which I'm going to send to you this week that we did, and that module is supposed to help you. But why are we coming here? Because there are some things that were not mentioned in that module, which is why we have to do this class. Now, this IAM, which is important. What as a DevOps engineer, what are the things you need to know? One, you need to know IAM. This IAM talk about the user IAM and user role and role-based application access control. You need to know user role. You need to know how to grant some resources, permission. To know what's called permission. That's why if you go to the JD, you see there, you must give permission to people. You must authenticate and other things, but you must know who is using your resources and why should they use it, and who is not to use it. You must know that. That's IAM. You must know how to set up a complete application infrastructure. For example, a company will employ you. The server that the developers are going to be putting the application, you have to set it up as a DevOps engineer. You have to manage it. Either you are using a EC2 or Kubernetes or Docker or ECS, Elastic Container Registry, whatever application, that place that machine, that compute engine that the service is going to be running. As a DevOps engineer, you must know how to set it up. So IaaS is a must for you. That's why we are starting up our training with IaaS. IaaS is a must as a DevOps engineer. So we are going to start with IaaS. Our class today is going to be based on IaaS. So I think we mentioned that our class is not going to be talking. It's more practical. So I'm going to stop here. This is, I've used almost 30 minutes to talk about this infrastructure. So before we continue to go to our lab, do you have any question based on what I've said? Or do you have a myth? What is your fear? Because I want us to deal with our fear before going into it, because I want all of us to say it's practical based. There are materials everywhere. I will not teach you those materials that are there. I will teach you experience-based application of cloud infrastructure so that we can get along. So what are your fears? And what are your fears? What are the things that you think is difficult or you think is not necessary, that is making you feel that this is just, I want you to just share with me. Talk to me. When it comes to AWS, please. We have 5 minutes to do that, and we are going to our lab immediately. What are your fears?
I have a question for the lab. Are you creating one AWS account for us, or we are individually getting an account? How do we save subscription costs? Will it be better we subscribe to one share, or we create individually? Because it's good we have a hands-on knowledge about this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Everybody is going to have their own cloud infrastructure. Reason being that we are not training, despite we are doing a project together, but we are training us individually to be ready to face the real work. You understand? We want a situation where after our training, we can also continue to keep practicing. You understand? And master it. This is 3 months training, but what we are going to be doing is 100 every year. You understand me? So everybody is going to have his own cloud. However, we are going to have one that we are going to be using for our project so that everybody can contribute to that one. You understand? And have access to it. So that is what that's the question. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Okay, you said, are you going to make too much coding here? Okay, thank you for that question. As a DevOps engineer, coding, the word coding, for me to even see coding here is making me afraid, because I'm not even supposed to be using the word coding. I'm not supposed to be afraid of coding. We did Linux, Abby. Is there anybody that is finding Linux difficult here? Is Linux coding? Huh? Princeway? Princeway?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is Linux difficult?
No, it's interesting.
Or is coding? Lekon? Lekon?
Yes, I'm here.
Is Linux difficult?
No.
Or is coding?
No.
Okay. If Edward, Mr. Edward.
Yes, I'm here.
Is Linux difficult?
It's not difficult. You just remember all the codes, all the commands.
Okay. This Ungboa, sorry, the name, I know you mentioned, you call it Ungboa, please. I don't know how to pronounce that. I know you gave me your name last time. Please mention your name again, please.
Yeah, it's Peter.
Peter, okay. Peter, is Linux difficult?
Well, when I was talking about coding, I was talking different type of languages. Are we going to meet those type of language there as a Python or C++? You see where I'm coming from, right?
Okay, I understand now. Okay, let me answer your question.
No, I didn't talk about Linux. I was talking about all those different type of languages for programming we have out there.
Okay, let me give you a clear understanding.
Mm-hmm.
As a DevOps engineer, you should enjoy all programming language. That's why I mentioned to us last week that we must at least know one programming language. So that is why I sent that assignment that I sent last week. You know, if you notice that assignment very well, is how to use Linux to program. How many of us attempted that assignment?
I did.
Wow, how do you see that Linux? What do you see Linux in that program, in that context, that moment?
Yeah, it's very interesting, but like I said, you just to remember everything offhand.
So the essence of me sharing that lab last week is because you are not going to cram, but if you follow that lab very well, there is no script that they will send to you that you will not be able to understand. I just want us to know how to understand scripting. So same with programming language. Everything in all programming language, they are the same. You have to do your loop, your syntax, your comments, the same thing, the same flow. So, but we as a DevOps engineer, what we do most times, we don't really use programming language to design front-end and back-end. However, when they have designed it, we help them to build it, because some developers don't know how to build. We help them to build it. And after building it, using a Docker file, then we help them to deploy it. You understand? So,
okay.
in that you are not supposed to learn it, but every Docker file, how to build a Docker file is available on the internet everywhere. So you just need to go to the internet and look for how to build this particular file. Then just set up your CI/CD on it, and you are good to go. Me, I've not programmed. The only language I can program very well is Python. But by God's grace, I've built a Node.js application. I've built a Golang application. I've built a React application. I've built a JavaScript application, an Next.js application. Any application so far, I've even built Java application. I can build it. But can I program in it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. Because they are all the same flow. You understand? That's why if you have not done that, Linus, go and do it. Then if you want to pick up another programming language to just boost yourself, take up Python, master it. It's simple, don't allow program. It's like Linus, the same thing. If you start from the beginning, it's easy. There's nothing difficult there. You just know how to build it. But will you be learning all this programming language? Nobody learns it, nobody. There's no man on earth that knows all programming language. However, but if you know one programming language, you can learn any programming language. These are the principles. So okay. I think that's sorted out. Any other question? Because as we are going there, I don't want anybody to have any fear. That's why I want to cancel every fear. There's nothing difficult in AWS. We're going to be using AWS CLI. The AWS CLI is called command line interface. Just like the way, the way we use Git. That's one of the reasons why I say we should use Git. Because it's better you link your AWS account to your local system and start using as if you are still running a local Git language. With that, it will be easy for you to deploy your application, run your application as if you are running locally. You understand? So that fear of Linus will be out. So that is it. So after that being said, I believe I've used like 10 minutes to clear the fear. Since there is no fear, there is no doubt. So let's go. How many of us have AWS account already?
Okay.
How many of us have AWS account already?
Patrick, sorry, I have a complaint I want to share with you.
Okay.
Okay, the lab, the video on Kubernetes.
Yes.
You asked us to go through. Okay, so many of us, or most of us, try to go through everything, but what some of us discovered was that the instructors work on the Mac operating system. So we find out that when it comes to Linux, the code for some of those commands vary. So like me, I try to also go to the net to look for other videos, maybe where the facilitator operates a Linux operating system. So I try to follow through on the installation of most of those apps to be able to have a Kubernetes application on my system. So I was following everything. But when I got to installing a Ministry, that was where I got stuck. So I was able to install Docker, other things, but when I got to that point, my system was giving me an error message, but I was not able to decode what I needed to do at that point. So I stopped. So for someone like me, my fear is maybe when you encounter a problem along the line, being that maybe I'm still new to the IT world, how do I overcome such a situation? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. For the challenge, I would say you did well. However, I was expecting you to reach out to me when you had that issue. So one of the reasons why we are setting up this lab is to help, is to assist. And I'm fine. I have a lot on my deck, I know. But those that have reached out to me during the week, by God's grace, I was able to answer them. The challenge that you just mentioned now is installing a mini cube into your system. I have just shared the link now in our group. After this lab, use it. So what, but though after our lab, after this our AWS lab, you may never need this mini cube again. You just go and spin up a Kubernetes cluster and start using it. You understand me? You start using it to do all those practices that they did. For me, when I was doing my Kubernetes training, I did not use Minikube. I used AWS to do it. However, it's not that I cannot use Minikube. I can. At that time, I was doing Kubernetes training. I already have AWS account, which I was already running. You understand? So to me, it was like, what is the essence of putting in Minikube? I just spin up a container. I used 1 week to practice, and after everything, I destroyed the containers and I came back to my local system. You can also, sorry, you can also have your stuff installed. You can also have your own stuff installed in AWS account and use it. So if you have any question or you have any challenge, always reach out to me. I divided us into a group so that we can have different groups. And those groups are supposed to help us. But if those groups, you cannot find your answers in those groups, you reach out. That's why I charge. That's why I say you should pay $100K or $250. These are part of the thing. And moreover, your question is not going to round up after this training. Even after the training, see why I still reach out to me. Other students that have trained, that have even gotten a job, they still reach out. It's fun, supporting. I think that is the challenge you have. I believe that one have been sorted. Any other? Hope I have been able to answer your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
So any other question? Any other thing? So a bit of there's no question. Let's go to our lab and let's start work. Today we're just going to rush. We're going to just rush into many things. There's no need of dragging yourself, dragging your foot. It's not difficult about AWS. It's not difficult about AWS. It's broad, we know, but it's not difficult. And when you see something is broad, meaning you have so many branches, there are so many things about it, but it's not difficult. It's just broad. So I'm going to start from scratch. How many of us have AWS account? If you have AWS account, just indicate this. Mind you, the reason why you are learning AWS, so that in case you can join any company that will not be using AWS. Don't be saying if it's not AWS, bam, bam, I'm not working here. No, it's the same thing. But AWS is just like, okay, if you understand AWS very well, you can understand every other cloud. You understand every other cloud. Some company uses more than one cloud infrastructure. Some uses 4, some uses 2, some uses 3. Only few occasions, some uses 1. And even that one, they have multiple accounts attached to it. You understand? Some of them can even embed Azure, GCP. Understand? So let's go. To sign up to AWS, simply just go to aws.com. Amazon, just go to Amazon, aws.amazon.com. Oh, just type AWS. Just type AWS, enter, see, okay, all right. AWS login. I'm making, oh God. Okay, let's go on. I'm going to delete that part. Okay. Just go to aws.amazon.com. We all know Amazon. Amazon is the biggest giant e-commerce company that started with selling books before start selling electronics and every other gadget. Now they are still the owner of this cloud infrastructure. They invested so much in getting data centers, buying multiple data centers and renting data centers. Some of the data centers they have is not even owned by them. So for you to understand this very well, you can do this. You can visit any telecom industry where you are, and just tell them that you want to see their data center. It's free. They will not tell you not to see it. So please hold on. Let me log into my other system. This system, I don't think I can use it to do my practice. Hold on, please. A minute. So I already have an account. So I'll just sign up to my account. Then, if you've not gotten an account, it's simple. Just come to this place. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Just
sir.
come to this place, amazon.aws.com. When you come to this place, if you don't have an account, you just sign up. You click here. Sign up is under. Create a AWS account. Just come here. They'll give you one free year with resources to use. You just put your name. This root user. In your laptop, when you say a root user in your laptop, means that the owner of the laptop, the super user. It's only one root user, you always have the account. So you can call it any name you want to call, any email. So maybe your email you can put, for me, it's call it cloud enthusiast at gmail.com or gmail.com. Anyone. There is gmail.com.ng. That's my email. Then I can create a name for it. I can call this name cloud enthusiast, something like that. Or you can use your personal email, say OPAIG 2001, or my own email, which is osatuanye. Please, if you don't have an account, follow me now. And you can always ask your email will be sent to your verification link will be sent to your account with some code. This time we answer the security check to show that you're not a robot. NSN VXF. Give it space. And verify. Security checker, that doesn't know what. BC2G FN. Verify. An email will be sent to my stuff. If I go to my email, I'll see that verification code. If you don't have AWS account, please go ahead and do this. I have an account, but I'm just doing this. I know it's like I'm creating another account again. I go to my email now. They sent me a message. Let me put the message that they sent me. Let me validate. But they want to be sure that you are really the owner, that email is accessible. And this process is called KYC. They want to know you. Understand this? No, KYC means know your customer. That means of KYC. So they're asking to know my details. Then they have sent an email to my phone. How many of us are doing it alone? How many?
I am.
So they have sent a verification email to you, Abi.
Yes.
And well, to me, they are telling me that an account already exists. So I can't continue with that email. I know my account already exists, I know, but I just want to know it. Okay, you that is following me, share your screen. Or I will share your screen. Let's use your own
Okay.
set of script. Huh?
Aside from you, what is the identification ID here? What is the ID Amazon uses? Did they use your credit card to verify you or the email?
They use
For you,
both.
you said it's email, right? I tried MS Azure. Azure uses your credit card and email as well too.
They use both.
Yeah.
They use both. They use your email to validate if you already have an account with them. They use your account credentials to know that you exist. Anybody can create an email. That account verification, apart from to know that you exist, they want to know in case you overuse your resources, they want to have an account they can debit. This is a business. You understand me? So those are the two reasons why they are doing that. They use your email to validate your personal identity. Then they use your account because for you to have an account, you know, they know it's a commercial settings, and that commercial settings should have your own details so that they can query and look for you. Well, they will tell you that it's free. They're not going to collect money. Yes, they're not going to collect money. But when you exceed your quota and you are doing things that you're not supposed to do, they will start collecting money. Understand? But because I won't lie to you, since I've been using AWS for the past almost 6 to 7 years now, the only money for my free tier, not for my business, for my free tier, the only money that I've spent is $25 on my free tier. But for business, we have spent almost 2,000, 5,000. But on my free tier, because you need to set up some alerts. So that in case you are using more than your stuff, they should tell you using your account. So that is, I believe I answer your question. So they use your email and your credit card to validate you, to know you. That's KYC. Okay, somebody that is following, that is building afresh. So can you share your screen, please? Share your screen, please. I don't want to have multiple accounts. If you don't have AWS account, open it right away now. It's important. Okay, please, can somebody share? Edward, Mr. Edward. Mr. Edward.
Yes, I'm doing that right away, but I'm using my phone for the class. So once I transfer the section on my laptop, I will share my screen. Thank you.
Okay. Or any other person that is doing it from scratch, as setting up a cache. Lakon, have you done it? Do you have AWS account?
Yeah, I'm actually registering it on my phone. So that's why. And my Zoom is on my system. So that's why I couldn't share it.
Okay. Maybe in that case, most of my students always have this account. But sometimes for the credit card session, I don't always tell people to share their credit card session. But I just wanted you to share your screen.
Okay, so can we skip that?
You cannot skip your credit card, but
because I'm actually there now.
When you are doing that, I don't expect you to share your screen when you are doing credit card.
Oh, okay.
For security purpose.
Okay.
So I don't expect you to do that. I just want people to follow through. I think I have an email. I have an email that I've not used AWS on. Let me create this one. I can't use this one. I've already used this. We sent. Let me change this. Let me input which email should I use now? Let me use look for email that I'm not. That's Osato Patrick at Gmail. think I don't have. I've not used this before. Oh no, not that. Okay. Okay, I've not used this one before. I can call it cloud. I'm not going to create it over. I just want to just. I don't want to create it, but I just want to just. For those of us that are new, so that you can know somebody is also doing it along with you. Z3Z PLS. And the verification code will be sent to my email. My email is not correct. So, AIGB. And verify. Done. Okay. Good. Congratulations. Peter, congratulations on your first stuff. Okay. FX. S 5 H. Right. Okay. Let's email. Let's see. Gmail.com. So it's simple, just like normal, just like you buying an application. There's nothing difficult in setting up buying AWS account. There's no big deal there. No big deal there. They made it so easy. 3, 5, 8, 5, 7. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons I remember joining one of the public cloud infrastructure. I've not even used it for 1 month. They have already debited me $600. I mean, for 2 months, 600. They've already telling me that they are going to debit $600. Before I could say Jack Robinson, they've already removed some money from my account. That's why there was no money at that moment in that account. They just they will be sending me a lot anytime I put money there. Then they have removed $20, $30, $50. That's what they did. That was how they end up collecting all the money. I was so angry. I was so angry. So I didn't even use that infrastructure to do any training at all. I didn't even use it up to 3 months. And they have already debited me that much. My one question was, if I had used it more, I mean, this people would have finished me. And I say, I'll be using AWS. AWS have not really debited me on plan. That's what I do. So you put your password, let's say, same way. Okay. Congratulations. So those of you that have done, congratulations to you. Okay, now the same way, we'll tell you what am I signing for business, let's say individual. Let's say individual. Full name. Phone number, known phone number that I want to send 8 1 8 1 Country, Nigeria. That's normal KYC procedure. Address. My address. City.
Patrick, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my dashboard is in French, and I try to. Yes, my dashboard is in French, and I would like to change that in English, but I don't know where.
How did you put it in French now?
No, I was surprised too. Oh, hold on, maybe it's already changed.
You can see on the top of the English language is there. You can just go and change it or use Google Translator. Translate, then later change.
Okay, hold on, maybe. Oh, okay, it's fine. I succeed.
Okay, beautiful.
I succeed.
That so it's asking me for my credit cards. Put my credit card here, verify. When you pass this stage, the other one is validate it and everything. I'm not ready to put my credit card. I already have credit card. Yeah. But after this stage, the next is to validate and everything. So when you sign in the first time, it's going to okay. Are you there now? Okay, you have changed to English now, but that's where it's in French. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I changed in English. It's good.
Okay, good. Now I'm trying to log in now to my AWS account and QC. Mind you, most companies account, they will not give you a root user. The root user is basically for the people that created the account. So don't expect to have root user privilege. But the root user belongs to the owner of the company, not you, WP, or the person they assign to have the account. Okay, my password is MFA. For me, I've already linked it. I've already authenticated, two-factor authentication. So let me pause this share screen. My 2FA. Don't worry, I will explain to you what's 2FA, why you need it. MFA and me. Okay, this I think this is 9 9. Okay, 7. You have to protect your root account at all costs, because if you don't, anybody that have access to that your root account finish. Okay. Wait, I'm coming. Why is this thing giving me issue now? What I can with the documents. Wait. Okay. I'm having issues signing off my account. 3144444. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, maybe what I will do. I think I have so many accounts that I've set up. It'll give me you should knowing this. Actually, entry incorrect. So CRT and 74. Why are you giving me this now? Dedication for your authentication information. Please try again. Try it. Forgetful. No. Forget.
Was it a multi-factor authentication that is giving the issue? Probably
Right.
it's a new account you just opened that is not
Yes.
synchronized yet.
It's already synchronized. So it will not give me that option. Very synchronized. Not give me that option. Okay, send an email. Am I not seeing something where it's not in 7 DY5? The email has been sent. Okay. We just reset my password. I think it's my password that's giving me issue. To cut the time, we don't have much time now. Let me, beside what, please share your screen. Have you logged in? Has anybody logged in successfully?
Yes, I've been able to open an account and log in, but I have some challenges with the validation of my payment platform. So probably because I'm using a card that is not allowed in Nigeria for international payment. But I've been able to open.
Not really. There's no card. But sometimes we do have that issues, but all card is accepted.
No, what I'm saying is I'm sure they do validation of the card. So usually the card I'm using is not allowed for international payment. But I've been able to open an account, and I was also able to sign on into the account.
Okay, beautiful. Can you share with me now?
Okay.
Share your screen. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Share your own. Let's just use your own for today's lab and complete today. Our next class tomorrow, I know I'm going to resolve this and I'm going to do more. I want us to just go straight and just have fun. Okay. Okay, share your screen, please. Are you sharing your screen now?
Yeah, I'm trying to join through another platform. I couldn't share my screen through the first platform.
Okay. Due to my training, I've really created so many accounts that I would just use for 20. But I have my own official one, which I don't use for the training, but it has so many confidential things inside. See, this is yes, I can see your screen. Yes, you see, this is the advantage of public cloud. Imagine you going to Zenith Bank and say, "Sir, I want to learn how data center work. Can you open your server room for me?" They will drag you and flog you. They will arrest yourself. But now you don't need to go to any company. You can go to any public cloud and start using servers. If you work in a company, you know that to even access server is difficult because servers are expensive. Princeway. 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 Princeway, what's up? Can you hear me? Govada, can you hear me? Okay, Edward, Mr. Edward.
Yes, I can hear you.
How many years you work? You work in Nabi?
Yes.
Have you tried to go to your server room and see how your server room look like?
Yes, yes. I've been to the server room many years back.
Okay, did they allow you to touch the server and start spinning up server?
No,
It's
no,
not
no, no,
possible
no. You
now.
can't. It's a restricted area.
So this is one of the advantages of a public cloud. You can go and spin up an instance of a server and be using it when you like. You understand? Meanwhile, compared to other public cloud, it's not possible. It's not possible at all. So you can see now you're already in a server. Can you just expand your screen? Expand your screen. You are sharing everything. Let me see your screen more. Good. Okay, now you are in the first thing you are supposed to set up when you get to AWS is your billing. Your billing alert. That's the first thing you're going to set up. Then after setting up your billing alert, the next thing you set up is user. Go to budget. Go to budget. Click budget. Yes. Go there and subscribe. Sign in again and subscribe.
Hello, Patrick. Which of the options should I select?
You can you see, they are telling you that they are working on their AWS account, that they have a fresh one. You can decide to ignore it. So they should tell you later, or you can decide to use the latest one.
Okay. Okay, so I'm here.
Go to billing.
Billing.
Go to that. Okay, let me show you how to walk around your AWS. You see on top of that place there, on top of that place, you see that search engine. Anything you want to do, just type it there.
Okay.
You see billing
So I
there.
can click on.
Yes.
So which one? Order and invoices or payment method. Which one should I
No,
select?
go to billing itself. Click that billing.
Okay.
No, there's nothing here in your billing. Go to budget. Scroll down, scroll down. We have, you need AWS budget subscriber. You need to subscribe. No. Go back.
Okay.
Go back. Let's see. Purchase order, cost category. Scroll down.
That's the end.
Task, budget report, savings plan, no. Cost management, explorer, free tier. Click that free tier. The free tier will tell you everything that you can access for free.
Which one? Free tier.
Free
Okay.
tier, click it. Look at the things you can access for free. Go on top of that place. On top of that place, type billing alert. Alert. Excuse me.
Patrick, maybe I'm having this challenge because I've not been able to set up my
Your account.
card.
Okay.
Yeah, card
That
on
is
the
why.
I'm sure.
That is
Yeah,
why.
I'm sure.
Okay. Peter, can you share your screen? Since you have successfully logged in.
My screen.
Yes.
Hold on. Yes.
Okay. Go to billing alert.
Here. Billing alert.
Is go there under billing budget. Under budget, click budget. Yes. Go up. Go down. Understand me? So this billing budget, most times you use it to set up the budget that you want to be spent every month. You understand me? From here, go up, cancel it. Go up, up.
Oh.
No, that's down. Go climb up. Climb up. Good. Create a budget. Click that one. Go there. It has clicked. Cost budget. Next. So you see all the different budgets you can set. Yeah. Understand me? You can see alerts there. You can see all the budget, how much you want to spend. You can put it there. So then you can just put $2. Two. Go down.
Here, right here.
This is even zero safe. Go down. It's telling you the budget name. The budget name. Fill up those criteria.
You said $2.
$2.
And that's it, right?
It's okay. Go up, give it a name. Go down, scroll down. Scroll, it's too much. Too fast. Monthly. Give it, go up. Give it a name. Yes, give it a name. Say testing. Beautiful. Go next. So what you just said is that you are telling AWS that immediately someone, if it's even getting to 10% of that $222 that you are setting now, that AWS should send you an alert instantly. So with this, you can have an alert and email coming to you that the resources you are having now is going to cost you more than $2. You quickly go there and destroy those resources. With this, you will not be able to be spending unnecessarily. Imagine $2 is nothing now, you understand me? So you'll be having an alert. You can start to put the alert, the budget at more than $2. Scroll down. Just click add an alert threshold. Put it, yes. Click that, scroll down. The threshold, put 50%. So imagine, look at the threshold, meaning if it's not even up to $100, $1, it should send you alert. The email, put your email here. This one is if you have another person's email, but automatically it's going to send it to your own email. But if you have another person's email you want to add to be receiving the alert, that's when you set it there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now finish. Go down. Next. Go down. Down.
Create one.
So you can see $2. I'm telling AWS immediately you mistakenly spend more than $2 on $1 alone. They should send you a lot. So with this, you will not be able to be spending unnecessarily. You understand me? Maybe you mistakenly leave some resources running. Immediately it's going out of your free tier, it will alert you. Immediately you are spending up to $1, it will be sending you message continuously that you are more than your budget, or you are more than your budget. You understand? This is it. Okay, now you have created a budget. The next thing you need to do is you now need to set up. Meanwhile, this billing is only for admin. Not everybody will have access to it unless you grant them access. Now this is your environment and this is your company you have set up. Now you need to set up who will be able to access your AWS account. That part is called IAM. You see that place where they write services, click that services. You see everything here is talking about the services that AWS offers. Remember I mentioned that the services is categorized into 4 places, but the first one is IAM, meaning infrastructure as a service, which is what you're already doing now. What they are telling you is that anything you want to do, go to that compute. Click it. Look at all the compute engine they have. They have AWS API, app runner. Maybe you don't want to do anything. You only have your code. You just want to run it. Use the app runner. It helps you to build and deploy. You have the batch. We have the EC2. The EC2 is the popular one, which is like your server. You understand me? Your server. You have Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is that maybe you want to run an application. You don't know how to set up the instance or the network. You use the Elastic Beanstalk to set it up for you. The EC2 image builder. We have the light sail. We have the light sail. We have the Lambda. All these ones are compute engine. Light sail is just like an application, a private virtual machine. You just create a server with everything inside, you understand me, and run it. It's a free, it's like then you don't need to, it's just like this light sail is like, okay, let's go it one after the other. I don't think time, I promise that this lab is going to be 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, and we have estimated 1 hour, 30 minutes. So All these things, don't worry, we'll continue with that. All these things, go back. See, you see this compute, you go to service, click that scale service. See all this compute you are seeing here. All the services that they are running in AWS is actually from here. So either you know how to use this compute, or somebody have already created a computer and put some server services that you're using. So we're going to be playing around with this. They go to now they even have blockchain. Can you imagine? They have blockchain. I'm going to explain many of blockchain technology to you. That's another question. Container. Go to containers, click containers. Click containers. These are the containers they have. This is where you save your artifacts. This is where you run. These are container services like these containers, this artifact. I'll tell you many of artifacts. Remember when I was talking about after you build your Docker, the place where you save the Docker that you've already built that is already running, it's called artifact. Like the EKS, that's for containers. This is a Docker image. You want to run the Docker directly. Why EKS is Elastic Container Kubernetes Services. You know this. When there's something I give to us, I say you should run a mini cube in your local system and run a Kubernetes on it. But AWS already have a computer, a setup that's EC2 setup, already a completed Kubernetes setup. What you just need to do is just to launch it and start using it. There's the EKS. So they manage some things for you, which we are going to be talking about. Then the Red Hat OpenShift is another one. So all these ones are fully managed application for you to use. Then we have the database. If you want database is there. Customer enablement, these are different databases that you can use. We have the one that they can manage for you. It's called RODS, Relational Database. Another one, this is fully managed ledger database, fully multiple. So there are so many databases here that you can use free of charge. That's your free tier is covered. Why there are some, it's not within your free tier. Then go to the different places, network and everything, and content delivery. So in tomorrow class, we're not going to be talking, we're going to be working on these things. But for today, for us to round up our class, go to IAM, type IAM on that search bar. IAM. Yes, this IAM, this is where you tell who is going to have access to your services, who is not going to have access to your services. Are you getting me? Which computer can have access to another computer? Which server will have access to another server? Which network will have another access to another network? This is where you define it. It's called identity and access management. It's a very vital part of every services, especially cloud-based services. All services have it, including Azure. This is after you've set up your budget as a cloud engineer or a DevOps engineer. The next thing you set up is your IAM. Who will have access to it? As a matter of fact, this is your root user you are using. You're not supposed to be using it to be logging in, because anybody that have access to your root user have access to your infrastructure, and the person can hack your root user and start using it and change it automatically. So I'm so sorry, you have lost your account. And AWS does not have the right to protect your root user account. You have to protect it yourself, because AWS have an SLA which says that we'll provide all the resources for you, but the data that you are going to use to be managing your resources, you have to protect it by yourself. You understand me? So the next thing you do, just go to this IAM root user, go to create touch it, and create a user for yourself and give the user. And I think this is where we're going to stop today. We have spent more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. Should we continue with another 10 minutes, or should we just stop here? Let me take a consensus.
I think we should continue.
Okay.
So where am I going?
Okay, Prince, what do you think?
Okay.
I have an appointment now. I'm leaving anyway, but you guys can continue. I watch the video.
Okay. David, what do you think? Adekune? Okay, let's give just 10 minutes, 20 minutes for this. So in this IAM browser, I already have a class for this. I already created a class for this, but I did not follow it step by step. That's why I said that class, you're going to view it. But what I'm saying here is the real life. This is the real application. This is what a company will tell you to do. But you are not to set up the root user. But some company maybe a virgin company where they don't have AWS account at all. So you have to set it up afresh. So in that case, after you set up your account, the next thing you do, you set up your budget. Because companies don't play with their money. The other thing you now do, you start creating users for it. So go to user. The best thing to do is to create one user that will be an administrative user. Are you getting me? Give this user is going to be you. You already have a, what is this?
Well, that is a stuff I was used to practice by myself. So
700 days ago.
Yeah.
That means for almost 2 years, you have lost all your free tier stuff, you know. It's 700 days ago. That is about how many years? 365 days, 2 years.
Yeah.
Delete it.
Okay.
Create. First of all, the other thing you do is set up your security of your system. Go to that IAM first. The second thing you do, go to that IAM. Go to the root user. Go to the root user. And see here, you are here now. The second thing you do, you set up your MFA. MFA is like another layer of security so that nobody can enter your laptop or your credentials or your AWS without a proper authentication. So that's the first thing you do. After setting up your account, the next thing is to protect it. So click hard MFA. What phone do you use? What phone do you use? Peter.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't use the phone. It's my laptop.
Do you have a phone?
Yeah, I have a phone.
Is it Android or iOS?
It's Android.
Okay, go to your Play Store, download Google Authenticator. Everybody download it. Everybody go to your Play Store and download Google Authenticator. Or if you downloaded it, it doesn't take time.
Yes.
You downloaded it. Okay, if you downloaded your Google Authenticator, that Google Authenticator is an application that generates keys per, I think sometimes 60 seconds or 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds, they generate a key. Are you getting me? So those keys are in symmetry, and they are symmetric. So meaning they have a pattern. Yes, that means that the keys has. So if anybody have your key tomorrow, by the time you use it again the other day, it will not be able to access because the key have changed. So but Google need to know that you are the one that have access to it. So we have so many ways you can do your MFA, but the easiest way is the Google Authenticator. It's also available at iOS, iPhone. So go to click activate MFA. Now it's asking you which of them. The one you have on your phone is virtual. So use that virtual, which is your Google Authenticator. Continue. So click that barcode. Open your Authenticator.
Okay. I have to scan it or?
Yes, open your Authenticator. You see a sign like a plus sign. Yes. Click the plus sign. Use Then you see scan barcode.
Yeah, it's
Scan
okay.
a QR barcode. Use to scan it.
Yeah.
So after scanning, have you scanned
Yes.
it? Have you scanned?
Yeah, I scan it. When I touch,
You have another phone. Then click. Are you sure? It's supposed to tell you.
yeah, it showed me a code. That
Scroll
code I
down.
just
Scroll
typed.
down. Scroll down. There's another place you put another code there. Put the second code that is generated.
Okay, the second code.
Assigned. So now you have linked your laptop, your account with your phone. So nobody can access it except you. So the other ways, the other authentication like the cloud front key pair and every other thing. But for now, these are other ways you can create an access key token. You already have one. Delete this one that you have. No, delete it. Yes. Permanently delete access key API made using this key will fail because delete it, deactivate it. Copy from here, copy all the keys, put it there. At default, any keys that is attached to your account that you are not using, you have to delete it. You are not supposed to create a key. It's a way of securing your account.
Okay. So now I create another one.
Don't create another one. You don't need to create another one.
Okay.
You're not using it now. You don't need it. Okay. Refresh to go out. Then go back. You have secured your root user. Now create another user that you are going to be using. Since it's not best practice to keep your root user, to be using your root user, but you still need to access your account, then you now need to create an account, create a root user, create another account. Hope you guys are following.
So I'm going to user, right?
Go to user, create a user. Add a user. Go on top and say add a user.
Yeah.
Look at it at the blue. You can see the blue side up before delete. At the extreme right, yes. Extreme right down, not there. Look at it, hard user.
The blue is on your right,
user.
yes.
Okay.
And give it a name. Admin. Then it's going to have both access. It's going to ask you, this user you are creating, will it just going to be accessing your infrastructure with the console, which is what we are using now, or through a code base, which is SDK or CLI? Give it both.
Both.
And the second one. Then say create a custom password. Give it a password. Password that you remember, though you are going to sign in with this account.
Okay.
Scroll down. It's not giving you, say your password does not meet up the standard. Don't forget the password.
Okay.
But if you forget it, the root user that you have will be able to delete this account. But I want us to give this account right, superb right. You understand me? Right enough to do anything he wants to do. So create it. Go to next. Now it's asking you, what rights do you want to give this user? Give it administrative right. So select the administrative right. No. Yes. Come to this place. You already have a root account. You already have user that you already created.
No, that's one I just created.
There are
That's
some
it.
group. You have some group that you already created.
Yeah.
So if you select that, you're going to assume that right. Add user to a group. Well, I don't want you to add it to a group. I want this user to be separate. Attach existing policy directly to the user. Yes. No? Yes, that one. The last one.
Oh, the last one.
Yes. Then give it administrative access. Then give it billing. Go on top. Type billing. Give me billing access. Okay. Now this account it now look like the root user, but it's not a root user. But we created it for you so that you can go and hide your root user. You understand me? And you can also create a group, and that group you create, you can give them different rights. Go back. No. Type admin here on top of that place. Admin. Open this admin. You see all the things an admin can do. Mind you, when you are when you are giving an account a right to anybody, you should give them the lowest right that they need to work, not all the permission. If you see admin now, you can see admin. Scroll down, you see admin has 326 right. I say this permission is too much for one person to carry if you are not the owner of the company. You can say as admin, you can do anything you like.
Hello?
Hello, can anyone hear me?
I'm here.
Okay. I thought I'd lost it.
I mean, probably it's not connected. I don't know. I think Patrick is gone. It might be service. I don't know.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my laptop just logged me off. But notwithstanding, I'm using the other laptop now. So you can see the right that thing has, that admin has, is too much. You understand me? Some. This is where they know. This is where a complete. This is the best way to test your skill, by you giving any user or resources the only right, the only permission the person needs. For example, if the person just want to create EC2 instance, there's no need for you to give them all these resources. Just give them right to use EC2. You understand me? Either EC2 admin or anything. You understand? But some people will just give them all right because you don't want to be coming here and be giving them right every time they are be calling you. I know it's sometimes annoying. You understand? But it's better you just look for it. You look at even these 326 rights that they have. You see, they are all full access, full access, full access, full access. You see, meaning they have full access to all resources. It's dangerous. You understand me? You can see that. Just scroll down. You see full access. You can see full access. You can see full access. Okay, let's even one of those resources. Click only one. Let's go to Cloud Build or CloudWatch. Click only CloudWatch. You see the resources that is inside this one. Scroll down. You can see. Out of the 360 right, out of that 360 right, they have like 19, 19, 20, 19, 20. So it's not the best practice to give any user, even this admin right. But why did you create it? Because you want to keep your root user, and you want with this account, you can be giving people access to your resources. Remember, you put your budget of $2. And if somebody is using your resources anyhow, because they are not the one paying for it, you understand? And it's better they don't even have access to it at all than for you to be asking them who use these resources. You understand? That process of giving a user the only resources access that they need to function is called least privilege. You understand me? It's called least privilege, giving them the least privilege. So now let's continue. Go to create that user, create the user. You've already given it that role.
So go back to user, right?
Yes, go back to user. And create it. You already, where's the user? I thought you've added it. You're not supposed to go back. You're supposed to continue. You're going to start all over again. No? Start all over again.
We didn't, I think we didn't finish.
Yes. So you know what to do now. Just create the user account.
Next. Right.
Give it that. I told you, go to the last one. Attach a policy directly. Don't attach a policy directly. Then give the person admin user and billing. Because the person is going to act as a root user, but it's not really a root user. Billing and admin. Yes. Good. Tag. Just say name, target name. Then target dummy root. Dummy root user. You know, you can space it. Doesn't make access space. Space. You're supposed to, yeah. Dummy. You can put Y. Add Y to it.
Okay.
And dummy. You know, Y. Dummy.
Hey,
Like,
I'm French speaker, so.
Okay, you are a French speaker. Okay, good. You are doing well. Then go to next. It's okay. Go to next and create it. So you have created a user that have access to all this. So now these credentials, this access key that is being created is for the admin user. So go and log in. Copy, send this email to yourself. Yes. No, use Google now. Yes. Beautiful. Yes, where's your email? Just create that. Got Gmail by the left hand side. Just click that Gmail, your email will open. Then go back and just go to that AWS account and send yourself an email. Yes, send email, click it. Sam, look at it. Hello, you now have access to AWS Management Console ending with this. Sign in using this URL. Your username is this.
So I send that to myself, right?
You send it to yourself. But copy this complete URL. You see that URL? No, under.
Oh yeah, this one.
No, not that one.
Which one? Oh, this one.
Yes, copy it. Yeah, copy it. Now, log out as a root user from the AWS account.
So should I change the browser?
No, just log out from this.
So I log out here. This one.
Yes, log this one. The one that you are using before, log it out. Beautiful. Then sign in again.
I paste the link.
Just paste the link. You can see when you paste the link, you said you are already logging in. You should enter your username, your password. Now, it's telling you that you should change your password because the password you put before, put your first password. Then put the new one, the new password you want to create. So anytime you create a user, you create an account for anybody, they are going to create a password, but that password, immediately the person sign it, there is a policy in your IAM creation that I did not show you just now, which always prompts the user to create their own password. The advantage of this is that somebody else cannot say it was juniors that created the account, that have access to the account. You understand me? That came to start using my resources. No. Everybody that have this user now automatically is using it as if this AWS belongs to them. Are you getting me? So they are responsible for everything that takes place in this account. So you cannot create different users for different people as you like. But the best way I always tell people, instead of you creating users for different people, why not create different groups and give them rights to use as they like? You understand me? So you can now go and create a group.
But I have to log out.
No, you don't need to log out. With this account, you know this account, we created this account to have rights as an administrator. Are you getting me? Just type IAM. And go to the IAM. This account, you know you've not added MFA to this account. So give this account MFA because this account is a very powerful account. You understand? the same way you did it before. Then go to scroll down.
Assign.
Assign MFA. Meanwhile, you delete that, give it an MFA account. Create it, go to visual, use your barcode, scan your barcode. The same way you did.
Yeah. I'm waiting the second one.
Good. Assign. Good. Invalid. Code is not correct.
Okay.
Remove the 2.
Okay. I use the oldest one. That's why.
Okay, hurry up, please.
Yeah, I'm waiting the second one. I'm waiting the second one. There is a timer.
Okay. Yeah, sign. Good. Congratulations. Now delete that access key. Those keys that you see there, delete them. Anybody that have access to this, your access key, can work on your system remotely and destroy anything it wants to do. So copy those keys. You can see it from the top. Copy it and delete it. These are security process to these are procedures to secure. There's a space. Delete the space at the front. Good. Okay. Now it's secure. What you now do now, this one will now be the one you'll be using to access your account. The root account is what you're going to keep. In case you misplace this one, you now use your root account to create another account like this. So you keep your root account safe. You understand me? So now you can create another user with this account because this account have rights to create user. Now create a DevOps engineering team.
A DevOps engineer.
Then you go to add group, user group, go to user group. Delete all these 3 things, all this user. Delete it. Delete. Delete, yes. Okay, now create a team. Create a DevOps team. I think I'm not supposed to give it space. That space is not supposed to be there. Beautiful. Either you put a dash, DevOps or dash.
In the front?
No,
like this?
No, not like that. DevOps dash team.
Okay.
No space or dash. Not space, dash. Is that dash?
Yes.
Okay, it's not space, okay. Dash team. And
let me put another. That's
good, yes. Your DevOps is not spelled well. That O is capital letter.
Everything.
The O, after V, the next O is capital letter. The only O there, the O there is capital letter. Okay, good. That's DevOps. Put S. No. P. The P is lowercase. The S is lowercase. PS. Yes, that's dev and operation. Then give them right. You're supposed to delete every other all these things. Okay, this is the user you've created. Now, that group you are creating, add user to it.
This one.
No, not that user. You're going to create a user. Okay, don't worry. Go up. Go up.
No,
okay, come down. Give that group some rights. Give them compute admin. Admin compute. Space.
It doesn't show.
Enter.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No, this compute optimizer. No. Okay, give it EC2. Put EC2. EC2. Enter. Okay. Meaning this one is what has been existing. Create, well, scroll down. Okay, you can see the EC2. You can see Amazon EC2 full access. Give it that full access. From the first one.
Yeah.
Yes. And give Amazon, wait, let me see. Give it full access to computer registry. Yes.
This one.
Yes. And scroll down. EKS. That ECS is that go on top.
Oh,
Kubernetes.
okay.
Just type Kubernetes. EKS. Enter. Okay, I think they didn't spell it yet. Say Elastic Kubernetes Service. Oh, just type Kubernetes.
This one.
On top. Okay, you can see EKS. Yes. Give it EKS policy cluster. Yes. The first one. Worker node policy. Give him that. Give it that. 4 gates. Give it that.
Oh.
Yes. Then the other one, give it EKS VPC resource controller. Yes.
The last one.
Yes, the last one. Then go to network. Write VPC. Go to network. Enter. Give it network administrator. That's all. Then it's okay. IAM. I think they should be able to manage some IAM policy. Go to IAM. Type IAM. Type IAM there on top. I'm just giving you instance. I'm not saying this is how it must be. Give it, not give it full access. Self-managed access, user SSH keys, full access.
Full access.
No, it's too much. That role is too much. But just give it sake. But it's not, that's not supposed to do. Supposed to just create. So the people should be able to create resources and give them that role. Then just go and create this group. Okay. The first thing you created was a single user that have rights. Now you have created a team. Anybody you add to this team will have those rights to do those things. You know, sometimes DevOps is not one person. DevOps is a team. You understand? So you are going to create 2 members of your team and add it to that DevOps, and that will be the end of today's class.
So I'm going to user, right?
Go to user, yes.
The user.
The user. Yes. One. If you are creating a user, create it with surname, dot surname, so you can separate it. Then create another user. Then create another user. Okay, now go down. Yeah, go down. Then let the people, they're asking you, will this person be, how is it going to be accessing your resources? Is it through CLI, which is through code, or through console, which we are doing? Give them both. Because as a DevOps engineer, you're supposed to be able to be accessing it through both. Next. Don't worry, don't create custom password. Let it generate password for them. Add it to this DevOps group. Then next, target. Name. Then target DevOps team. Give it space. That tag allows space.
Okay.
Enter, create, review. Then create. So you see, when you created the group now, you see all of them have their access key. They have their email. So what you are supposed to do is to email them their credentials and their username. So, but if you click, just click one of it. No, click only one. Send email. Yes, click. You can see the password was added. Username Edward. Now you can see he said they should contact the administrator for their password. So go back to the user. Go back to the yes. You can see there's on top you say download CSV file. You see download CSV file. That CSV file, open it. All their resources, all their management, their password, everything is here. Username, you can see password. Open it, spread it. You can see access key. Yes, open. Let's say open it. Yeah. Open it. Open it. Open it. Okay, good. Then you see the password. Open that first password. You see. Please, after this account, after this meeting, delete all these users you created. Create another custom user, and do it. We have exposed all the secret key and everything. So delete everything. So that go to the first one. Go to the name and username password. So you have to keep this to as your own record, so that in case they misplace it or they want to have access, you can copy their password and send to them. Sometimes it's not allowed to send email to somebody and put the password inside. You're supposed to send them email and send the password to them separately. That's the best way to send credentials to people. Like in case the emails are jacked by the road, are you getting me? The person that hijacked the email will not be able to access it because the password will be sent to the person separately.
So how should I send by each person?
So you send it those, go back to that your console, that your AWS console. Go back. You can see if you click send email, click it. Open any email. Now see this email, you see the user is different. You can send it to anybody to their email. When they receive it, they will be able to log in, but they will not have password. You will not go to that your CSV file and copy the password and send to them. They will enter it the first time. AWS will ask them to change their password. Then you are also going to enforce it that all of them should do MFA.
So that means it's like I just add what I copy like this.
I don't put the password here.
No, I
send
just
directly.
we just try it. I mean,
Yes. So their URL is already here. If they put this URL on any browser, it's going to take them to where they will only just put their username. Are you getting me? And the password you are going to send to them will be what they will use. So you already restrict their user, their access by giving them some permissions. So this is what IAM for user management is all about. But there's more to it. There's so many ways to it. There are sometimes you need to do a single sign-on. Maybe a company has so many accounts and they want to use single sign-on management system. You can use single sign-on to manage. Meanwhile, that means you just authenticate their email. They can use their email, just their email address to access their AWS account. It's called single sign-on. So one single point of sign-on. We're going to talk about that in our next class tomorrow. I think with this, we can round up today's class. Can you stop sharing your screen? Please delete all these users and use this stuff and create another one. You understand me? No, delete it. Yes, delete all of them. Okay, that will be it. So, any question?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, are we supposed to know all those services, or depending to the task we're going to have, the manager going to specify exactly which service we're going to use?
Beautiful. That's a very excellent question. As a DevOps engineer, you should know what it takes to set up infrastructure that an application can run on, which means you should know how to set up a compute engine which has servers. You should know how to set up network. You should know how to restrict user IAM, which we just did now. You should know how to set up some other APIs and application can connect to another application, whether through post or through get. Yes, that means you should know all those things, because when the developer is done developing, they are going to give you the code to put it in your engine. And you get me, and set up the pipeline that will make the deployment very easy. So if you don't know all those things, how will you be able to set it up? You understand? That's why now today's class we talked about two things today: how to set up your billing alert and how to set up your IAM. You understand me? So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about networking, and we'll also talk about compute. We want to start using server. So this is why I say you guys should have Ubuntu system. You're going to come to play tomorrow. If all these things you did now, you can do it using the CLI. I'm going to also talk about it tomorrow, how you can use CLI to create IAM to stuff, so that you don't need to be coming to the console and be doing everything you are doing now. You understand? We'll do that one tomorrow. So I believe tomorrow we're going to enjoy it. After tomorrow and next tomorrow, and I mean tomorrow and the upper week, if we are dedicated like this, we should be able to finish the basic things you need in AWS. And we're supposed to be going into automation, how to do CI/CD. So everything will now be making sense to us. I believe it's very easy. Thank God. Edward, how do you see today's class?
Very interesting.
Okay, Sharif, how do you see today's class?
Yeah, very interesting. You know, I have a little background on this.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Lekon, how do you see today's class? Lekon, are you there? Okay, Adekunle, are you there? Kunle? Okay. So today's class was simple and easy, and the plan was for us to know the basics of Kubernetes. So now let me go back. Remember I mentioned that the reason why we are doing this is so that we can become a DevOps engineer, which you're already making, you understand? and we can continue this next class. So thanks for coming today, and I enjoyed it. My name is Patrick Osofami, and we had fun today. So we'll catch you tomorrow while we'll continue. So if you have any question,
Thank you.
if you have any